Was it a premature stoppage? Yes. Was it the worst one I've ever seen? Absolutely not. Even Andy Lee in the post-fight press conference, they asked him about the stoppage and if it was premature, and he goes, there was opportunities for the ref to step in, and guess what he did? He's like, we should have thrown more punches, kind of situation, and I have to agree with that. And that's one of those fights where when I watched it, I felt like the stoppage was coming. Okay, when it did actually happen, I was like, he could have let that go. I would have liked to see a little bit more than that. But then I went back and I watched it again on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, well, he was not throwing back. There was opportunities for him to make it so you're not going to want to stop this fight. I think at some point it was like 40 punches thrown by Wardley and like 3 thrown by Joe Parker. And finally he picked it up at the end and threw a couple of shots, but the ref had already decided to stop the fight. But also you got to think, it is the 11th round. These are big, dangerous heavyweights. And
nobody's cutting weight.
Nobody's cutting weight, but also, these guys have been landing. And Joe got hurt a couple times during the fight. They hurt each other multiple times throughout the fight. So it was a damaging fight with 2 big guys, two dangerous punchers. It's always better to be too soon than too late with a stoppage. That's always my take. And even I have to look at the reactions of both Parker and Andy, his coach, afterwards, and they weren't screaming robbery. They weren't screaming Bloody Murray. They weren't screaming that this is the worst thing ever. That kind of tells you a little bit too. It's just it is boxing. Andy said that. I said, that's sometimes how it happens in boxing.